Hill Women talks about Appalachia, talks about women in Appalachia, tries to elevate the stories of women in Appalachia, and it does that through talking about the history of my family with me and my mom and my grandma. So I found that a lot of the lessons I learned growing up in Appalachia came from hearing people tell stories that, usually have a moral or a takeaway or are supposed to tell you something about how you should be in the world. And so I think in some ways storytelling was a little bit in my bones. And I never thought of myself as a writer until I wrote this book, but then I realized I had all of these stories that I'd been collecting, and Hill Women was a good opportunity to get them out in the world. I think too often the stories that we hear out of Appalachia are they're male-focused, they're sort of white male-focused, and they lead to these stereotypes that we have about the region and who exists there and whose stories matter there. And for me, growing up in Appalachia, I knew so many strong women. I'd heard stories of so many strong women who made a difference in the culture and in their communities, but I wasn't hearing those stories, and so I thought it was time for someone to tell them.